This video is about law enforcement and what is wrong with law enforcement. Why do I have a problem with law enforcement? Oh, because he's a black man. No, not because I'm a black man. That's not my problem with law. It is a problem with law enforcement, but that is not my problem with law enforcement. My problem with law enforcement, from the top all the way down, I have problems with law enforcement. For example, I'll explain my problem with law enforcement. Things in society are set up a certain type of way. The rich, most likely were born rich. The majority of them, regardless what they try and tell you, the majority of them were already born rich. There are few that are able to work their way up and become rich in this society in America. So they say. Okay, so what I'm speaking on here has to do with those that are not already rich in society, those who grow up in welfare places, projects, what they call them, wards, you know what I'm saying? Housing, public housing, Section 8 type of things, all those type of people, poor, basically what I'm saying, public school type of people. Yeah, they don't really have the opportunity that those rich people have. Why is that important? Why, if he's speaking on police brutality, why is he talking about economics? Why is he talking about how much certain households make a year? Because this is what promotes crime. Poverty equals crime. You understand? That's why most of the people in jail are broke. That's why most of the people who are in there already didn't have nothing to lose to commit those crimes anyway. So when you're speaking on crime, when you're speaking on criminals, you're speaking on poverty. You're speaking on people who don't have any trust funds. You're speaking on people who don't have any inheritance, don't have any bank accounts, any money on their bank on their credit cards. People who can't get loans, people who have low credit scores. You're talking about poor people in poverty. Okay, now that we on that level, now that we on the same level, and we know that we're not talking about rich people, we're talking about poor people in poverty. That's 100. I don't care what. That's like 90-something% of the criminals that are incarcerated. 90-something% of the inmates are poor, which is why they commit these crimes in order to attempt to satisfy or bring about some type of positivity in their household. Whether they tried to rob a bank, whether they tried to steal some food, steal some clothes, whether they tried to identity fraud so that they could get a home, whatever it was in order to try and have a better life. Whether they were robbing, whether they were stealing, whether they were killing, it was because they were poor, they were broke, they had no options, and there was nothing legally they could do to get themselves back on track. There was nothing legally they could do that would give them enough money to own a home, to have transportation, to be able to buy food for themselves, to pay for gasoline to go into their car that they don't even have. You're talking about people who ride the bus every day, or have to walk, or have to Uber for transportation. You're talking about poor people, people in poverty. Crime is because of poverty. So that's why I don't respect these officers, because if they really want to fix the problem, they know right where to go. They know what the real issue is at hand. They know it's not the criminals. What do they do to the criminal? They don't care. They know that he don't got no mental problem. They send them right to a sane ward, you know what I'm saying, or some type of mental institution to mess with their minds. They send them to jail. So that's what we're doing now. Instead of fixing the problem in society, we know this young man and this young woman is hungry. We know that they need shelter and probably more knowledge to become a more empowered individual. But instead of dealing with those problems, America, what do? We send them off to institutions. We send them off to mental institutions. We send them off to behavioral institutions. We send them to jail and things like that. We send them to prison, penitentiaries. Certain institutions where bad people just go. Not bad people. Bad people are the pharmaceutical companies. Bad people is the judge who's going to look down on this criminal and say, You're a menace to society. How dare you steal to try and feed yourself? How dare you steal to try and provide for your family? How dare you steal or try and kill this person or rob this person for money when it was clear that you were going to die if you did it? Oh, you're scum of the earth. You suck. Do you not see a problem with that? But he didn't ask him why he did it. He didn't try to help him with his financial problem. He didn't try to give him a job. No, he just threw him in the jail cell and said, fuck you, dude. That's all they're not facing the real problem. The problem is not crime. We don't need more officers. We don't need more judges. We don't need more lawyers. We need more financial stability. Whatever happened to the 40 acres and a mule, huh? They never got it. Why everybody renting out these apartments? Why everybody in the Salvation Army? Why so many homeless people under the bridges, huh? But you can send billions of... You know how much 1 billion is? That 1 billion is $999 million. And you can send more than 1 billion to Ukraine. But you got people over here living under bridges? You got people who can't even make their mortgage payments, can't even pay their rent, can't even keep their car, can't even... Man, and you sending billions of dollars over there? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious, America? So, yeah, I don't support the law enforcement. But I also don't support any other facet of this civilization of society. It's all corrupt. And it's negative. And the people who are, if we can't depend on the people who are put in place to protect and serve us, to really protect and serve us and put us in better positions in society, who can we depend on? Who's going to monitor the monitor? And after that, who's going to monitor the monitor of the monitor? Because it's clear that who's ever at the highest position to monitor is abusing their power. Because civilization should not be set up to kill what it is sitting on, what is feeding it, what is supporting the beast. It's killing the very thing that fuels it. It's eating the very thing that creates prosperity, that creates financial freedom. It's eating and killing the very thing. It's harassing the very people with BS traffic ticket stops and things like that. Instead of the real ministers to society, it's targeting the hard-working American citizen. So why would I support law enforcement when they're targeting people in poverty because they aren't financially stable and they are forced to commit crimes? Well, if you wouldn't hire them and you knew they had bills due and you know they don't want to die, they don't want to be homeless, they don't want to be they don't want to die of starvation, what do you expect a person in poverty to do? What are they to do if they don't have any money, they have bills due, they don't want to be kicked out on the road? What are they supposed to do, America? Law enforcement? Judge, what's that broke man or woman supposed to do? It's obvious that they have to turn to crime, right? She has to turn to prostitution. He has to turn to selling drugs or robbing and killing. What are they supposed to do? Get a job, right? What if that bill's due that week? Oh, well, tough shit, huh? What if they get evicted? What tough shit? What if they get evicted? They gotta do a week in a hole and now they'll get paid every 2 weeks. What is that, damn near a month, 3 weeks? Damn near 4 if they came in at the wrong week? Come on, man. What are they supposed to do? You don't know, do you? Because you're rich. You don't have those problems. You don't care. It's not you. This is America's problem. And this is the problem with the whole system, the whole civilization, the entire society. You don't care about us. You don't care about the little guy at the bottom. You don't care about the regular employee. You don't care about the person that's taxes out, but they're paying the rent and they're paying their insurance and they're doing all they can. You don't care, do you? You don't care that they're paying the rent and that they're paying their car note and they don't have any insurance, and you're still not gonna give them that break, are you? Cause y'all some bitches. That's why I don't fuck with y'all. I'm stuck on the side of the road, you know what I'm saying, with a flat tire. You don't ask me if I need help. First thing you ask me if I got some marijuana on me. First thing you ask me for is my license. Trying to see if I'm even a licensed driver. You ain't trying to help me. You trying to hurt me. You trying to kill me. You trying to lock me up. You trying to take me away from freedom. So why would I trust you? Why would I like you? Why would we like you? Why would any person who is poor or in poverty like you? You don't stand up for us. Damn sure don't look out for us. And you aren't putting us in any positions to make any more money. You aren't the majority of us, you aren't putting in position. You ain't doing nothing for us. You locking us straight up. That's it. How is that doing us any good? Locking individuals up in institutions. How is that doing any good for any of us? That doesn't help our financial problems. That doesn't help us fit into society. If anything, it extorts us. You hit us with court fees, probation fees, parole fees. You hit us with all different type of fees. You force us to do free labor and do community service for such and such amount of hours. If anything, it's a burden being a criminal. It's very expensive to be a criminal. On top of that, imagine already not even being able to afford a regular cost of living life. And then you throw in all these fucking court fees, man. All these damn fees for being a criminal, quote unquote. It's just rigged. It's rigged and you know it. And that's why we don't like y'all. Not because I'm a black man. No, I just told you why we don't like law enforcement. That's the real reason we don't like law enforcement.